And we're back with another 100 days of making comics here, and this is IntroducingEmy, and that opening was totally messed up because I'm thinking about what I have to ink right now, but we're working on inking page 194 in chapter 6 in Manga Studio EX4. And just an FYI, if you're new to the channel or new to whatever I'm doing here, I'm actually redoing old pages for the volume 2 book to come out. I'm actually close to the end of volume 5 online, so if you're interested in the comic and you would like to read it and check it out, go to tryinghuman.com and hit first there if you're not familiar with the webcomic thing, and you can read my comic. Just an FYI, I am on, oops, are you kidding me? What'd you do? Oh, that was on the pencil tool. Just an FYI, I'm on a mini hiatus until December 1st, just because of the holidays and conventions and all the things. So, yeah, if you're reading the comic right now and then you get to the latest page and you're like, hey, where's the rest of the comic? Well, it's coming, December 1st. I will start updating again. I will say I'm pretty sick right now, and I'm happy that I got sick on my hiatus, because this would have been miserable to work through. I mean, technically I am working now, but doing news pages is like a whole different ball of wax when it comes to stress and everything that goes into it, you know. Kowski has some pretty weird smiles on this page. I don't know what to think of them, but I guess they're creative and they're fun. I've been really bad about showing his glottis in some of my recent drawings of him. When he's, so like snakes and other reptiles have this thing called the glottis, and it's like a tube in their mouths, and it's above where their tongue comes out. Their tongue does not come out of the glottis. It's a really common reptile anatomy mistake that I was guilty of making back in the day. But anyway, when they're humans, when the reptoids are human, like Kowski here, I draw the glottis. You can see it in a lot of scenes when their mouths are open pretty wide, but on these smaller pages or panels, I just tend to leave it out because you can't really see. Oh boy. There's fire alarms going off out there. I'm scared. I call them urban roosters because every day we wake up and we always hear all these, like, you know, police sirens and fire alarms, and it's like, jeez. The world just wakes up to chaos out here in Southern California. Sorry, I'm a quiet moo right now. I'm just having a peaceful day inking. I had to say, I'm very zen. As zen as I can be when I draw. I'm kind of an anxious person, so when I draw, I just feel very calm, and I love that. It's always something that also makes the day go by a little quicker for me, like when I'm at conventions and stuff. I like to draw at my table. I remember I did this, I did free comic book day at a comic book shop in, I think it was in San Gabriel or San Jose. I can't remember which one now. I feel bad. Nostalgia Comics was the name of the store. But anyway, I did free comic book day, and I spent like literally the whole day, like 10 to 12 hours drawing. And I was so tired because I didn't sleep at all the night before, and I had this thing I had to do, and there was no way I was just gonna blow it off and be like, yeah, I'm not coming, because they were nice enough to invite me and everything. So I went, and I was exhausted, but I did it, and I actually got through the day pretty easily. Like, I didn't feel too terrible, or if you've ever been like really, really, really tired, oh, look at poor baby Hugh right here. If you've ever been really, really tired, you don't feel very good, and you want to lay down and just take a little dirt nap. But, I would like to thank drawing and art for helping me get through that day. In fact, by the end of the night, I remember I had like kind of gotten my second wind, and I was super chatty with the staff, and then I was kind of embarrassed later. I always worry I talk too much. I didn't mean for things to get silent there. I was like, I'm worried everybody's like, oh god, she just traumatized herself. No, just working on this thumb here, thinking how I'm gonna. Oh, nope. Trying to break myself of this habit of wanting to manually adjust the correction. Gotta do it with the keyboard. I guess that's still technically a manual way of doing it. It's just a different way. I'm trying to do it through the keyboard because I think it'll be quicker. And a little more precise. I tend to like to shuttle my controls back and forth while I'm working until I get it feeling, just right. Like right on that line that I like. See, now this finger looks like garbage. Not this one. This one. Looks all stubby. Looks like it's tapered weirdly, so it kind of looks like it got chewed off in a machine or something. I think that looks okay. Let me just there we go. Oh wait. I think that's better. Okay. Let me turn off the blue there. Sometimes I kind of forget to turn off the blue layer, and it, like, my retinas begin detaching from staring at that blue. You can change the color of that, by the way, like, over here. You can't do it when it's just set to black, but if you set it to blue and then click on this little black layer, you should be able to change it. At least I haven't had any luck changing it when it's just on, like, when it's just the black line layer. I think it's technically a different layer when it's like that, so that's why it doesn't let you. That's so close. I'm not sure if I wanna. Yeah, I probably should. I wasn't sure if I wanted to, like, mirror this, or if, like, I should wait until I'm in Photoshop to sort of mess around with this. I also think that I want Hugh to, like, be actually touching the glass. See how far back this is? I want it to be closer. And then I just want this part. It's kind of hard to see here, but I did change some of the panel layout before I came in to ink it. This purple area is where my frames are, so my gutters and everything. So you won't be able to see any of this little extra cutoff area. Yeah, I totally think this one eye is wrong. Sorry, I just noticed it when I was pulled way out there. Alright, I'm going to go through and do some of my longer lines. So what I like to do is, if I have a character who is just in general, like, has a lot of long lines in their design, or is a lot larger in the panel. I like to go through and put in my guides, so it's just a little easier for me to get in here and work with. It also just in general makes the whole inking process go a little bit quicker. Like the grays especially, both in their human and in their alien forms, are really, really long lined, I guess. Like their designs are very like they've got like a lot of straight lines and long curves and everything, and it's just this makes my life so much easier. Shout out to Mike L, who writes, or Mike Lunsford, who writes Super Normal Step, for telling me about this tool and saving me like a boatload of time in comic making. So then all I do is I come in and kind of connect things and taper areas. See, like right there, I'm not even going to bother to up my correction. I'm just going to go in with the curve tool. I think it's just called the curve tool. Yeah, curve, draw curve. The keyboard shortcut is U. So right in here, I might address this area a little differently than how I sketched it. And I did. There was no might about it. Oh. No, wait, what am I doing? I'm also thinking about, like, see, the problem is this is all black, this purple area, and I kind of want to, like, put a shadow or something, like, on one of his pant legs. Like, make this black, or make this black over here. I don't know. He'll kind of blend in, though, so I might not do that. I just think his legs look really stiff, and I'm sort of trying to disguise that a little bit, but I don't know if that's like really going to be an option for me. Poor Hugh and his big cuff, his big collar. Looks like he has like an injury on his rear and he just won't stop chewing on it, so they had to put the cone on him. I can't remember like why I went with these giant collars way back when. I think what I was trying to do was have it so that I could hide their lower faces. Like from different angles the collar like comes up over, because I wanted them to be as humans, like as emotive as they were as grays, but they do kind of look ridiculous. No denying that. I also think Hugh's face looks kind of short here. He has kind of a long face. It might feel different to me after I ink it. So my next new work thing will be to get a new computer chair, because this one squeaks a lot and you can hear it in my recordings fairly frequently, and do not like. So got my new tablet, which was the more essential thing that I needed, because my old one, the cable, the USB cable, was beginning to, I think like the insides of it were beginning to fray, because it was having a really hard time connecting and staying connected to my tower. So that was a definite get, but now I think the next thing I'm going to save up for is a new chair, because I'm worth it. And the squeakiness is beginning to get on every last nerve of mine. So I'm going to try to ink this as far as I can in the next 5 minutes, and then I'm going to finish the rest off camera, and we'll probably do some part of the coloring shading process on camera. As much as I do like doing these videos, they do slow me down a teeny bit, just because I'm talking and all that, which is no big deal. It's like, it's not anybody's fault or anything. I guess it's my fault for wanting to do them. I also don't think the porting process of the page back into Photoshop and all that is too terribly interesting. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there would find it interesting. Oh man, just kind of an aside thing. I'm getting really excited for the holidays. I really love Christmas and winter and stuff. It's like one of my favorite times of the year. I know, I'm into all this spoopy shit. You'd think that I would be more like Halloween. And don't get me wrong, I do like Halloween. But part of the problem is nobody around here trick-or-treats. And I don't know anybody, so I don't go to any costume parties. So I haven't worn a costume in years and years and years. So Halloween has kind of lost a lot of its fun for me. But Christmas, everybody sort of partakes in Christmas just by existing during that time, you know. It's like there's not really it's not like Halloween where you gotta dress up and do all this other craziness. It just exists. And I'm not even Christian or anything. I just really like the holiday for some reason. Like I don't really know what it means to Christians or anything, like beyond the birth of Christ, but I just really like the look of it and the feel of it, and everybody's so happy, and I don't know. I just love it. I like all the greenery and the ribbons that people put up in the stores, and I'm easy to please, can you tell? I'm just like, ooh, ribbons. This is my favorite time of year suddenly. And the gifts, I guess. I kind of forget about that thing, but yeah. I actually don't like the gift stuff because that usually means it's close to being over. You know, people usually give gifts around that last week there of December, and it's like, no. That means it's almost over, and I'll have to wait the whole year, and I'll have to go through boring ass summer. I wonder if there's like a place where it's Christmas all year long. Like it's always snowy and it's always decorated for Christmas. I guess like Norway. My friend's secret, if she hears it, she'll be like, nope, ain't true. Well, that'll do it. I'm going to finish this up off camera. Let me back out a little bit so you can see how far we've come. So there we go. I've got to just finish up little things here and there on Hugh and Kwasky in that final panel. I'm probably also gonna fix his faces a little bit up here, just like the eyes, and then I'm gonna port it into Photoshop, and that's probably where you're gonna see it next. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye!